did this, it didn't record. So I'm just gonna be like worried about that this whole time. But this is called the Palmer Dollhouse. You can find it on YouTube. This is by no means my own design or creation. I just really like it. And I've been doing this about...
Wait a minute.
What? I built it.
Expanding foam
Yeah.
is your creation. You created a new fuel that wasn't meant to be in there.
Yep. It's to create the new fuel loads we deal with.
You're not wrong.
But this creation is kind of simulate the fire development in the structure. Just a typical residential 2-story that you will see constantly. For this, we have our 4 rooms. This is going to be our only fire room. That's going to be the only one with content fire. Everything else that catches fire is either going to be from conduction, radiation heat, or convection. There's no fuel load in any of the other rooms. So room and content, once we get up to here, then we have a real structure fire. Everyone understand the difference? Cool. So one reason I love doing this, and this is what, my 2nd year doing it?
This is the 3rd, no.
3rd?
Yeah. I mean, I think you've done it for
You were building this when I was a 51.
I'm getting old apparently.
But you built multiple.
Yes.
And you just right off the
So the thing I like about it is every burn has been different. So hopefully that'll catch. And today we have a little breeze. That's going to change the fire behavior a lot. I'll probably be standing on that side of the house more so, just because of that breeze. Talk me through the stages of fire growth. What do we have? What's the first one? Incipient. Awesome. That's kind of where we're at right now. What's the next stage?
Growth.
Then?
Fully developed.
And then hopefully we're going to be able to build this so you guys get to see all 4 of those stages. Maybe multiple times in this, but we'll see. So as we're going, I want you guys to look at the smoke. That's the biggest takeaway from this. Is our smoke. Volume, density, color, and velocity. Each one of those things will tell you something different about what's burning, how the fire is acting, and how it's growing. So someone tell me about the smoke right now. What do we see?
Light and wispy.
Light and wispy. So we're in that incipient stage. Not a whole lot of heat, but we do have the fuel and we have the oxygen. The heat's just building, but we do have all the components for a good fire. Let's see. And I soaked it with water to help it go longer, because with that foam in there, it'll burn hot. Gavin, can you grab me some more, just a little handful of Excelsior? Yeah. Okay, see if we can get it going. We'll see if we can trap some of that heat, man. There we go. So what were we missing before? We're missing the heat, right?
Yeah.
I added that accelerant. It added the heat to try and catch that fuel. And now I'm going with vent limited. So I'm trying to get just that right, perfect mixture of oxygen, fuel, and heat in there. So we're starting to see the smoke build up. What do you think's going on in that room?
It's going down.
It's heating up. Awesome. It's getting the right amount of air. So if I shut it, it'll probably snuff it out. That's what we call a vent limited fire. I'm taking away the oxygen. Have you guys been taught slicers yet?
Yes, sir.
Control the flow path. If you can snuff out the fire, you're doing yourself a lot of help because you're taking away the heat and the oxygen. But if you reintroduce it, that oxygen will start building that fire again back into a growth. So I went to a decay, back to a growth. It can happen with door control. It can happen if we ventilate, busting out windows without a coordinated attack. So we have to be very mindful of that when we're going around. Okay. Got flames in there?
Not that I can see.
Oh, a little bit. Get a little more fuel. Like I said, I soaked the fuel so that it doesn't burn as quick. I might have done too much. Also, I like fire, so. Kind of let that go. So as the smoke's going, I want you guys to see, especially in this one compartment, you're going to have an inlet and an outflow. Usually there's a neutral line called that neutral plane where you can tell that bidirectional flow is happening. There has to be inlet and an exterior or an outlet for fire to grow. There we go. Keep it and build it. And as we progress through the house, you'll see that neutral plane will change. Because we know this is going to be the only room with content. As soon as I get into this room, you're going to have smoke coming out of here and flames coming out of here. The flame is the oxygen going in and that heat trying to get that oxygen. But its port of exit is on the other side, and that's where all the smoke will be pushed. And you can see how bad that wind is driving it. It's just a tiny little breeze, but it's pushing that smoke away pretty quick. There we go. So when the flames go up and hit the roof, what's that called? When it's like bouncing off the ceiling and heating up the room.
Is it conduction?
Yeah, it's creating conductive heat, but it's rollover. So if you guys are in instructor and you see that flame coming off the ceiling, that's a little bit of rollover. There we go. Good flames, right? A lot of fire. Get a little bit more, see if I can build it up before we keep going. Okay. See if I can get this smoke a little more turbulent. What changed there? What's the color difference? A little bit brown yellow, right? What does that mean as far as smoke and what's burning? Wood's burning and it's an incomplete burn. Smoke is fuel. If you're getting into the darker, really turbulent smoke, that's fuel and that can catch at a moment's notice. So that's pre-flashover conditions that we have to be mindful of. Because what is it missing? Right now, what are we missing? Oxygen. Yep, we're missing that complete burn. So if I give a little more, you can see that neutral plane, right? Yeah. There's your in, there's your out. Ooh!
There's a little backdraft.
Was that flash or backdraft?
Backdraft.
Backdraft, perfect. What's the difference? What's flashover?
Everything's reaching its auto ignition temperature at one time. Backdraft is missing its oxygen.
Perfect. You guys do pay attention. Good job.
Got 2 days of it, they're better.
Okay.
We're just watching YouTube, Wes.
How do you think I prepare for this? But yeah, after this, go watch YouTube videos. It's going to be 100% different than this, and that you can learn so much. Not saying that I know everything. I know nothing. I just like to burn stuff. Cool. So let's see if I can snuff it out. So it's all fire, right? We have a hot room. Everything's warming up to temperature. Smoke's very limited here. This is why we tell the public to close our doors when we're sleeping or when we exit the building. Not much going on, right? We show up, oh, light smoke, you know, maybe a can job type of thing. Your brother would appreciate that.
Can job.
But as soon as you introduce that oxygen, say you go up to the door, you're waiting on water, you're waiting on whatever, you pop the door open, you can make conditions even worse because you're introducing that oxygen. Someone from that corner, is there flames still?
Yes.
A little bit?
Coming back.
Boom. It's that perfect mixture of oxygen, right? I just cracked the door just a little bit more and it created a growth. So let's go in. Now we're going to be looking at that neutral plane as far as 2 rooms. Do I have smoke coming out of that first fire room? Not so much, right? As opposed to this other room?
Yeah.
So if you see that coming up to a fire, you know that the fire isn't going to be in the smoky room, it's going to be in the clear room most of the time, right? This is burning completely, and if it's not wind driven, it will go out that other side. This is great, it's not burning as quick as I want, so we're doing good. Okay, back to the neutral plane. So all that smoke that came out of that other window was just residual because I have the bedroom door closed. If I reach in here, I open the door, or the bedroom door failed. So I'll just add that to my flames, for my fuel. So when that starts to catch again, you'll see that path, right? Again, love the fire. Okay, we'll just kind of watch it build. Give it a little bit less oxygen. We'll just kind of watch the smoke, the path of flames, how it's traveling, and how it builds. Okay, we see that neutral plane as far as this window now?
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of oxygen coming in this window because we're limited here. That goes in here. Probably shouldn't point with the fuel, should I? It goes in this window because it's the bigger opening, and then it's going to try and track back to the seat of the fire. That fire is trying to find that oxygen, the heat, and the fuel as much as possible. So as it gets going, we open the door, say a cop already bust that window over there, we're going to create a bigger fire spread, a little quicker. This is what happens when you try and plan ahead and soak things down. There we go. So we'll leave this unattended for a little bit. Someone calls 911, takes about 5-6 minutes for us to gear up, get the tones, and get there. All this could be happening while that's going on. So you got to be mindful of the fire growth. If it's fully closed and it's really ripping in there, that vent limited can be really detrimental to us if we just open doors without like a plan. Corey? Okay, fire's growing again. Not a lot of smoke coming out of this. Can't really see with that wind too much, but from my angle, it's coming out of that other window. Play a little bit. Really thought that foam would catch too. Okay.
Everyone's different.
Right? Every burn is different. There we go. A little bit more coming out of that second window, right? Minus the draft coming in. We have a little bit of smoke creeping up through the eaves. That's just my crappy craftsmanship. But the newer houses that are built today have all those void spaces that smoke and fire can travel. I'm sure you'll hear about the late meadow fires, multiples, and the void spaces. It's a real thing that we have to overcome, and hidden fire is pretty scary. Okay. Get that. I'll close this window. Say we never popped it, but that door's open. Let's kind of see what happens with that fire behavior. Smoke kind of went away, right? Because we're vent limited, because that door's just a little opening, not as big as it used to be. As soon as the fire figures out where the oxygen's coming from and how to adapt to it, we're going to start seeing that neutral plane in that first door. Still light wispy smoke, nothing turbulent, nothing crazy, right? But we have a good fire. It's doing a good complete burn. I'll let it go for another minute. Okay. Give it a little bit more. Get that fire growth. As soon as we start getting a little bit more turbulent smoke, I'll close it and choke it out, and we'll see if we can maybe get a flash or a smoke explosion or something. There we go. So that room's starting to heat up pretty good. You can see the walls starting to burn. So that room's getting pretty close to catching. We all just saw how much fire was in there, right?
Yes.
How much smoke's in this house now? Not a lot. If you rolled up to this, you wouldn't think that whole room is on fire.
Right.
As soon as we open that door, we changed that fire behavior a lot. We made it angry. Open this window again. I can see a little bit darker smoke, a little more angry, but not as bad because it has good inflow and outflow. Okay. Kind of dying down because we took away its fight, but you still have a neutral plane in that second room. And the wind. Every now and then you can see the flames coming out of this first door, right? What's catching on fire outside the door?
Gases.
The gases, right? It's trying to find that perfect mixture, and for that, it's right outside the door. It's not the actual siding that's catching fire, but remember, smoke is fuel. Door left wide open. Good fire going on. So we never popped this. Let's start moving up. Guess I don't need that now, it's going good. Not too much smoke coming up top, right? Again, doorway's closed. Now we'll start to see a chimney effect. What's happening in that stairwell? Boom. We have a lot of oxygen, so this fire's burning good, and now it's angry up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I close that. What's going on with that smoke? It's a little different. Turbulent, it's dense. It's very, very dense.
Seen complete combustion there, or are we seeing incomplete combustion?
Incomplete. See if I can get a little more oxygen. Maybe a little more. Color change. We're getting that complete burn with that oxygen coming in. So if you see smoke coming out like that up top, and you open the door and you see it change, you probably know you have a room and content on the first floor. This is why door control is so important. See if I can get that smoke to catch fire. So all that needs up there is an ignition source or that right mixture. So it's not quite there yet. But it's angry.
That's crazy.
And the smoke dissipates just by cracking that door. Can you see the neutral plane up in that second window?
Yeah.
Kind of look in between the wind, right? You can still see it. We already decided, is there contents up there that's burning?
No.
No. That's just the walls heating up, off-gassing. There's an inflow, but we know nothing's burning in there. So that tells me that the fire's not in that room because there's an inlet and an outlet in that window, but no flames. Now, is there a door on the Charlie side that's open? Probably not, because then we wouldn't get that inlet outlet. We'd have a inlet on the back, outlet on the front. And that's where our 360 comes in. You have to know what's on the back side, if any windows or doors are open. Angry again.
Very angry.
See if I can choke it down. Vent limited right now. Took away its oxygen. The heat's still there. That fire was ripping. If I showed up to that on a normal fire, or 2.5 lines, probably defensive depending on how much involvement. But if I showed up to this, easy peasy, not much going on until I reintroduce that oxygen. Smoke's building. That upstairs is getting a little angry. So let's say we get called to do vertical ventilation. Let that die down so I don't get burned. Okay, vertical ventilation. Truck company gets up there, pops a hole in the roof. Can't replace it, so that's out. It doesn't lift too much, does it? That's why when we cut the roof, we have to drop the ceiling to create that chimney effect.
You see, drop the ceiling. Does that make sense, everybody? So we cut a hole in the roof. Is there another obstacle in the way between this first floor and the roof?
Yeah.
That drywall, right? So we got to punch through that as well as cut a hole in the roof, right?
Now look, we have our inlet down low, and then all our smoke's going out the roof because we have that chimney effect. Start taking out windows. It's a little bit more tenable. It's giving that heat and that the gas somewhere to go instead of inside the house. I think I ran out of fuel.
Oh, it just barely restarted.
Did it?
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm not going to shove more tells me in there. I don't know about you guys.
Whatever. So this is the key. I have to soak it.
Get a little like more prolonged. Actually,
Yeah.
I see it
It's
kinda
going a long
develop.
time.
That's cool.
Okay, so you see the fire starting to lick into that second room. Both
Yeah.
the doors open. Pretty soon, there we go. That room flashed, you know, for this small prop. Everything in that room got heated up super quick. See if it caught fully. Nope, still in that same room. So that other room hasn't all the contents in it, being the walls, the ceiling, the carpet, haven't reached temperature enough to sustain the heat or the fire. Close that up. If you look from this angle, you can see that room is fully involved in breaching into here because we have a really good inlet for the oxygen and we cut that outlet up top. Say we never pop this window. Little smoke explosion, little backdraft. Because it caught just enough oxygen because it sucked it in from up top and it met that ignition source. So from here, I'll just take recommendations. What do you guys want to see? What windows and door combination do you want open? Because at this point, the house is going to burn down. Let's just have fun with it and watch the fire. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to try?
We do the window right above.
Yep. So this is the only fully sealed room, but it is directly above the contents. Not much going on up there. There's a little bit of gas because the leaking, again, poor craftsmanship, but also that convection of the heat. It's heating up the floors, which is heating up the walls and the ceiling, but not as quickly as that bottom bedroom.
Let it catch the smoke.
Open up that top right.
Top right. Getting a little more angry. What's the smoke telling you guys there?
You should probably.
Oh! Did it just catch the smoke? And get up to that
Yeah.
room? Now, what did it catch to get up to that room? Did it travel through the house, or did it get the smoke coming out of that window?
Both. Both.
Both? Cool. Okay, I'll close that up. Making it angry.
See that fire spot?
Oh, what was that?
That was a
Backdraft.
Backdraft. Nice work.
I think that's the most I've had on the dollhouse.
That's great. That was killer right there.
Hey Becky, my foam's not burning as much as I thought it would.
I am surprised. I thought for sure you might as well throw some gasoline in. I thought for sure that would be pretty flammable.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm pretty impressed with some of the fire behavior we watched.
Actually, a couple
Pretty
good
cool.
puffs, huh? Yeah, that was cool.
Yes. It's
So
really cool.
close the door again. Hopefully.
Try the right bottom window.
Hard from
Right
the
bottom?
yard.
Yeah, so-
So we're venting out the top now. Because we got all that oxygen coming in.
Nice.
That's why we don't just pop windows. Fully involved structure fire, right? Not just a room and contents. This house is going to the ground.
That was cool.
Expanding foam. It's
So with slicers, if you see this, you can cool from a safe distance while you're gearing up and take away some of that heat. We still got a lot of oxygen and heat in there, but this will buy you and victims some more time just by a little squirt of water. But you got to be mindful. You do that, it takes you forever. That buildup is coming back. There's still fire in there and it's still growing. So we have to be so aggressive and very quick about masking up, cooling it, and getting inside and keep cooling it. Because the best thing to put a fire out is water, right? So if we don't put water on the fire, we're gonna have a lot of fire.
We remember about the expansion rate of water. 1700, right? For what? No, not gallon. Per unit, right? So I put 1 cup of water in there, it's going to expand into 1700 cups. One gallon, 1700 gallons, et cetera, et cetera.
And I'm going a little ahead of myself now because this has taken a lot longer than I planned. But when you guys get to rescues, vent, enter, isolate, search, see how important it is to isolate a room. Same floor, just across the hallway, but this door's shut, that other door's not. If there's a victim in here, this is savable. That one, not so much. And now we have an attic fire. It's definitely involved up in the attic.
Where's our high pressure at right now? So like that first initial fire room, right?
Yeah.
And now up into that second story.
I don't think it's ever gonna go out. See that conversion? Went from a dark, nasty smoke to light wispy. Command will be outside, and if you're spraying water and they see that conversion from the outside, they know you guys are hitting the fire. If you say, I'm spraying, but there's no conversion on the outside, the fire's somewhere else.
How does the fire react if you spray into that top right room right now?
With the window open? See? Light smoke as opposed to that dark smoke, and then it's back. Because there's so much heat, I didn't overcome the BTUs. There's so much heat in there that just that little bit of water doesn't help. Well, it helps for a second, but that regrowth is so rapid, and that's why it's very important. Again, we have to mask up quick. That's why you do bunker drills. Alright, we'll just watch it burn at this point. Doors left wide open. Middle of the night call. It takes forever to get there. The fire's already gone through all its growth stages. The whole building's gonna go down. Door control is very, very important. Now we're getting into that other room, the top left that's completely sealed, right? You can see that smoke changing.
Fire in it too. We open up the bottom right room.
Oh yeah.
Ours got nothing through the floor.
On the top.
And that's kind of it what I got for my demonstration. Any questions about it?
It was really cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Who's the captain this week? You're nozzleman.
All right.
It's the only time the captain should have the nozzle.
Right to fight.
I guess we'll just do the front room.
You guys think you want to go in that now? Let's do it.
Do it.
Salvage overhaul.
Ah, boo.
Wes.
I know. I didn't do it. The captain did.